Welcome to the Blunderbuss Special, special edition, half cocked. My name is Bob, and as always, it comes with me, the illustrious Nate.
What's going on?
And this is a little offshoot we usually have on our regular podcast of the Blunderbuss Special. It's called Half Cocked. Basically, just me and Nate. We're just waxing poetically into the darkness because it's shit. What time is it now? It's
2:39.
It's 2:39 in the morning, and we're just
And we're not even drinking.
No, we're not. No, just we're here, just sitting on the patio, just by the pool, smoking the hookah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a different offshoot of just me and Nate, just like I said, just waxing poetically into the darkness, just because
Nonsense.
Just verbal calisthenics, really. And because if you listen to the regular show, it's of course, if you listen to the first shows, it's Nate and Dustin and Jose, and it was I. Of course, Dustin and Jose, they went off into their other projects, and then
Into the sunset.
Dave, was it not Dave? Dustin went off into the Himalayas, never to be seen again. No, he's still here. He's just going to school. He just wants to better his future, whatever.
And he sucks.
Yeah, and a buddy of ours, Jose, our spiritual leader, our podcast guru, he has another podcast called You Are. That's Uniform Romeo, we said. And that's a pretty cool podcast. You just listen to that. And, of course, they said they want to do their own things. Then we had some other people. We have Dave, who's the cantankerous Dave. The cantankerous Dave. And then there's the ever-lovable James. He's
the Jim Jam.
Of course, Dave's sick right now, so he's a little out of commission. And James, he's actually a functioning adult, so he's actually got a regular gig, so he can't really do this.
He's got the Jimmy legs.
But, this is just a little offshoot show we'd like to do.
Give a shout-out to Dave, for him to heal up. Get back on the wagon, I guess you can say.
Our thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
To the big booty god.
Oh, yeah.
All I want to do is a boom, zoom, a zoom, zoom, and the boom, boom.
Just shake your rump.
I'm an ordained minister. If you want me to do your wedding or your bar mitzvah or, if you want a blessing for the big booty god, it's a big just clapping, just like God, which gives its blessing by the clapping of its ass. And just hit me up and let me tell you. Like,
God's help us.
God's help us, And like I said, it's just like I said, this is just an offshoot show. So,
remember to pay your homage to Lord Odin.
Because what's the tithing to Lord Odin there, Nate?
Oh well, what the hell is it? Was it? It's not if you do something stupid. What the hell was it again? I do something stupid or whatever, and it's like you have to pay the tithe of $1, and then everybody calls you a faggot for the evening.
Have to pay the faggot tax?
Yeah,
the faggot tax, that's what we call it.
Stinky Steve.
Yeah.
Our illustrious Tug Gravy, he owes $22 now.
And the VIG, 2 points on the VIG.
Oh, that's right, 2 points on the VIG. Man, it's been like 3 months he owes on.
That's like $350.
It's like, that son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, of course, if you're like good with the numbers, I don't really know what the percentage point of the VIG is, so don't be like send an email to us later saying like, oh no, it's actually only 2 points on the VIG. It's like, I don't carry 30.
Don't worry about it.
It's only $70. Like that's.
I just graduated college, man. I can't even fucking figure that shit.
But of course, if you cannot pay the tithe, you have to suck on Lord Odin's horn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you have to suck on the horn.
Yep.
He's yet to do that, though. So.
Yeah.
So Lord Odin stands there in Grob's garage with his horns dry.
Yep. He's got to pay the tithe so we can drink more.
Yeah. And also, that's another offshoot we did last night. It was called Rob's Garage. And, that's...
we had Rob for a guest, and Stinky Steve just happened to be there, so it was good times. Hope you all enjoy the show.
Yeah, we're going to do a couple more of those next week. We get Rob on his, just take you on a mystical journey of politics and calling calling Steve-O, we'll just lambast Steve for a while. So of course he's good for it. He's all right. Lord El Senor Hamhock.
He's a good sport.
He's a good sport.
He's a good sport. Yeah,
that's all right. So, unfortunately, with the Blunderbuss Half-Cocked Special Midnight After Hours edition, we don't really have a set list. You're not going to really learn anything. Well, you might learn something between now and
the last one. We had some good information.
Yeah, we had some
good.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but
we just kind of go off on whatever tangents come our way. A little chaotic, I guess you can say. Well, we plan on talking about like crazy movies that we watch, so I guess they'll kind of come up when we think about them.
Like, we're a big fan of the 1970s era Chinese Kung Fu movies.
Oh, man.
Like, of course, if you listen to the other podcast, hopefully, if you listen to this one, be like, well, maybe these guys don't suck. We'll listen to the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Like I said, the 1970 to 1979 Kung Fu movies, like the Shaw Brothers, I wouldn't say they're great movies, but they're,
It's enjoyment.
It is.
I mean, as a kid watching those, man, you start jumping around all over the couch and everywhere else, doing karate chops and everything else.
I mean, really, you're just flailing your limbs around. But you think it's karate, though.
Oh, man, when I was a kid, it's like, watching those and Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris and all that stuff, man. That's why I took karate.
Yeah.
And then taking Kenseido as a form of Aikido.
And then you take the broom handle off the broom and you start whipping that around and your mom gets mad because you broke the vase.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that's...
The punishment is severe. And she doles it out like nothing.
Especially if you have a Mexican mom, she'd fucking... If you want to see some Kung Fu, she's going to whip out that chancla. And you're like, ugh, that didn't hurt. Then you explode 3 feet later. Oh, man. Like Fist of the North Star.
Either you get the wooden spoon. You try to run, then she puts the Kung Fu death grip on you.
Yeah, don't try to run. You're just going to,
Yeah, you just make it worse.
Yeah, you're just going to get away tired.
And you know what? That was in the good old days. When you can... A kid fucks up, you can just knock the shit out of him. Yeah. Knock the sense back into him. But nowadays, it's retarded.
We were talking about this, the fact that, like, children... Granted, we're not into child abuse. We're not talking about child abuse, but... There should be consequences to your actions. Like, if you fuck up, you probably... Like, if you stick a penny in the light socket...
yeah, you'll learn.
Yeah, you'll learn.
You'll learn.
It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. You might get your fingers fused together, but you're never going to stick that penny back in that... Like, I remember...
Got copper fingers?
Yeah, copper, just... I remember...
Hey, if you got copper fingers, man, you ever harder for money, man, you can cut them off and hock them.
Yeah, either that or you do the demok and just put those fingers right through someone's skull. Just... crab style. There was this movie... it was called Heroes of the East. It was actually pretty cool. It had, like, Gordon Liu, and Nate and I we joke about this style called crab style. I didn't really think it existed. I thought it was just a stupid joke that we just came by.
Yeah, no, it was your style that you created and honed over the years.
No, I saw it because I saw a doctor do it to somebody.
Oh, did you really?
A friend of mine, she needed to get something lanced or something, and I saw the doctor with gloved hands, like with a rubber glove, just take his fingers and pinch the shit out of whatever she needs, just pa! I was like, oh my god! Like, it was just like, I can imagine, like, he wakes up, he does his morning meditations, and then he sees then he goes over to a cinder block that's hanging on the porch and just takes just all the choice chunks of the cinder blocks with his 4 fingers and a thumb,
just whittles it away slowly over the months.
Then
he gravitates to was it like bamboo, and then harder woods.
Yeah,
got some ash in there, just
mahogany, and just performs his crab craw, and
eats his broccoli and fried rice.
And of course, when he's fighting, of course you're gonna be fucked up in the fight. The fact that he goes up and just grabs that nipple, and if you continue to resist, he just rips that fucker off. Of course, if you ever have your nipple ripped off in a fight, you're not going to fight anymore.
That's it.
You're fucked. Surprisingly, I had a friend in high school who actually he didn't rip your nipple off. he ripped your ear off. That's what he did. Like, he was just like, hey, fuck you. And all of a sudden, he would reach up and just grab the top of your ear and pull. And he said, yeah, like not a lot of times, all the times that automatic stops a fight. And I was just like, God damn, dude, that dude was hard. That's...
Well, but the thing is...
That was high school back in the late 90s, yo.
Well, but... it's hard. Yeah, but a more non-violent way is basically just to strip all your clothes off and get naked and just run at the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going to run away. You know, nobody wants, flapping dong coming at them.
Nobody wants to...
Yeah, nobody wants that.
And, of course, it works better if you don't break eye contact. You just snip off those buttons and you don't break eye. Then just take off those pants real slow. You're like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just like, it's gonna happen.
What do you do?
It's gonna happen Misfit style.
You're just my type. Breathing. Whoa! Get the fuck out of here.
Like, I bet you can't, straddle him in the air and fuck him in the ass and take his power.
I bet you got the cutest asshole. All right, that's actually a story we gotta get Rob to talk about. Like,
that's a Rob story.
That is a Rob story.
That one, it's holy shit.
We need to write that down somewhere and be like, "Hey, Rob, you gotta tell the cutest asshole story." All right, we won't spoil it right now, but let me tell you.
No.
We won't.
Rob tells it the best.
Yeah, so you're gonna just take that, and you're like, "What is this cutest asshole story?" You can take that and savor it. Once Rob tells you, it's just gonna be like soaking a piece of bread in gravy. It's just gonna be delicious. It's gonna just
salivate,
just crest down your mouth, and you're just like, yes.
Kind of getting out there, man.
Oh yeah, we gotta bring it back in. Holy shit!
What was that Kungfu movie that we watched? And what was that? That one clan, they would they had that style to where they would sit there and rip people's teeth out.
No, that was a Shaolin. That was 8-diagram pole fighter with Gordon Liu. Yeah,
yeah.
I like to go to Walmart and I'll pick up those DVDs by the Shaw Brothers because they're surprisingly they're actually pretty good kung fu movies. That's what actually got me on this kick in the first place. Yep. It's like, Nate, there's a part in the movie where, like, you don't believe it, but they talk about like fighting wolves, and their style is to take the staff, whatever, and wring out the wolf's mouth, and you break off all his teeth.
Yeah, that's right. They had those like wooden wolf dummies with the they were like metal teeth in there or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they would just sit there and get up in there and beat the teeth out in like one movement, or they would slap it in there.
Yeah,
and then they would just it would bite down, and then they just rip all the teeth out. And they're still on the pole.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's metaphoric. They don't really do that in real life. And then like, holy shit, Nate,
bullshit.
So at the end of the movie, the final showdown, they all the Shaolin monks come out. And they start just beating the shit out of dudes, and they start ripping teeth out with their staffs.
It's like, first time you see it, it's like, holy shit! And it's like in the perfect, like, the U shape, of like someone's mouth, and the guy's like, whoa! And, just blood everywhere. And he's done. He's just done.
Because I'm not going to fight if someone just ripped off my goddamn teeth. Holy shit.
And it's like, yeah, you got to, like, be in some berserker mode to keep fighting after that. But you know what? You won't have to worry about him knocking your teeth out.
No. But on the plus side, you're going to give the awesome gummer. Let me tell you, like, see Chang there? He's a great fighter. Awesome gummer.
The guy charges a bit much, but it's fucking worth it.
Let me tell you. And then he gives you a card, and he like punches a hole in it, and it's like you get your 10th blowjob's free.
It's
kind of like a sub club, but it's like the Nub Club. Oh shit! Like no, that's got to be a better name than that. Getting
well, he's the star of the Chinese Chongo show.
I don't. That just brought a weird thought, like a Chinese Chongo. Like, we know a guy named Chongo, and we love you, buddy. I don't know if you listen to the show or not.
It's my chimichanga, man.
And I just thought, like, man, it'd be weird seeing a Chinese Chongo. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, I wed that myself, I do a terrible Chinese accent, I'm sorry. But then he's like out in the country, living in I don't know, would he live in a junk there, Nate? How would Chinese Chongo be? Like, I know he'd be living...
junk is a boat.
His junk is a boat, and he kind of lives in just I don't know, he's got a bunch of AK-47s somewhere.
He's like that one dude. What the fuck was it? It was another Kung Fu movie where that dude's hands got fucked up and he lived in a junk.
That was Mad Monkey Kung Fu.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
That one was fucking crazy.
and that's one where he teaches that kid kung fu, and he does all the crazy he's tying rocks to his hands and his wrists
ankles.
And his ankles because he has to be strong like a monkey to do all the weird crazy movements.
He's got him jumping all over the junk and swinging around like a monkey and stuff, crawling all over the ground and everything. It's impressive, man. What those guys do, and the thing is too, it's like those old kung fu movies. Those guys did all their own stunts, like Jackie Chan, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you watch that, and it's impressive. Even if you don't like the movies, it's like you got, just watch it for the skills,
And honestly, I think I appreciate him more as an adult than ever as a child, Because honestly, you understand there was another one. Which one was it? I want to say Executioners of the Shaolin. The one with Pai Mei.
Well, was that the one where the guys go to train?
And then of course.
Or
it's
was it
the one
another
where Pai Mei kills the priest, and then they run off, and then the guy meets the girl. The guy does tiger style, and he meets this woman who does crane style.
Oh yeah.
And they fall in love, and they have their wedding. They get married, and it was kind of a weird scene because they had
man, it was hilarious.
Because one of his friends just cock blocks him on his wedding night.
Oh man,
and
that fucker, he should have kicked his ass.
And of course, the wife knows crane style, and they have a stand where
she's got legs of steel,
yes.
man. Those things aren't. She closes those legs.
You're not going to open them up.
No, it's not going to.
And granted, me and Nate were like, well, you don't have to force them open, dude. You could just. Coax it, coax the pussy out. You don't have to, fucking force your way in there, man. She'll let you get at it. You just have to not fucking be like a brute.
What the fuck, Bob? It's was it digging for a gooey duck? I mean,
yeah, just fucking, he's just, and he's has his hands under, he's just,
and then he tries from a different angle, and then you get the, and he just keeps trying, and she's just kind of sitting there with a grin on her face.
Not having it, and I'm like, oh, kind of, I don't like kiss on her neck, fucking rubber pussy, whatever. No, just fucking, she just kicks him out.
It's like romancer, man.
Yeah,
that's your wife, man.
Yeah,
shit,
come on. It's
can't just fucking fucked it up for you, man. You gotta. That's your lady, man. Come on,
that's your lady.
Treat her right.
Just gotta rub her ass a little bit, something. Just you don't have to fucking force your way into there, man. I mean, I know it's cultural differences and shit, but
I don't know, man. But
so anyway, so he has to sleep outside, and then the girl's uncle is like, he reveals something great, this big kung fu technique, and the next night
to be able to get between her legs.
Yeah, to get to between her legs, instead of just maybe apologizing or talking to her, or maybe something, whatever other than brute force.
Yeah,
yes, the fucking the.
It's like, kids don't watch that and
expect I'll sometimes you gotta take the pussy. No, don't.
I'm just gonna kung fu my way in there.
Kung fu my way into your pants. Yeah, just and then you give that clit the fucking 5-finger death punch,
bust out the kung fu grip. That's not a winner with the ladies.
Giving her the eagle claw, but it looks like the 6-pack. You just
6-pack,
just fucking. Oh, you know what? That's could be a variation of the crab claw. Just fucking 6-pack and just tear your way right through those pants. And just
like holy shit. But no, okay.
Swing 2 chicks around like 12-pound bowling balls. Just.
Well,
barbarians.
Anyways, they get married, and he refuses to learn the crane style. He's like, "Oh, that's for women and whatnot." And
I think we're confusing 2 movies now.
Well, no, that's the same movie.
Was it the same movie? Oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it was the same movie because
they burned down the house, and then because they're living in a ship.
Well, no, the guy's master is killed.
Yeah,
Pai Mei kills him.
Yeah,
and then he trains. He goes to avenge him.
No, they get married. They burn down the ship. Then they move out to that place out in the country. Mm-hmm. And, that's right. It is the same movie. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the guy, since he killed his master, is like, I had to train for 10 years to beat Pai Mei. And you could tell it's 10 years later because he has a mustache now. Just like that 1970s. Back in the era where you could have a pet, mustache and not be a pedophile.
Yeah. But he goes and fights Pai Mei. Pai Mei kicks the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And so, but Pai Mei lets him live, And then he trains for 10 years. He's like, I gotta kick this motherfucker's ass. And then they had a kid by that time, but oh, it's weird, that kid. It's like they put the palm tree on his head,
Yeah,
kind of
like what's
hairstyle.
with the crazy weird hair, like having the palm style like right on top of the head.
I mean, the boys,
for the little boy.
they make those little boys look like little girls sometimes. It was weird. Didn't they put him? Oh, they put him in the pigtails later on as he got older.
Yeah, but I think that they were trying to do that on purpose. The fact that since the dude was training, he wasn't teaching his son to be a man. So I guess they're doing the assumption that the boy was more becoming like the mother, so he's being girlish.
Yeah, because he told the wife, teach him crane style, but because I'm not going to teach him, tiger style and stuff.
Yeah, that's that, which just makes no goddamn sense.
But what was crazy is like there was like this big bronze like statue of a guy, and after fighting Pai Mei the first time, what was that, like pressure points or something like that?
Yeah, well, his after he escapes, his dying friend's like, oh, you have to hit his pressure points at 3:00. For some reason, the time of day really
it had
matters.
to be 3:00. Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's when he was weakest or something like that.
Something like that. I
that
think,
was his weakness because they couldn't figure it out.
I think what it is, it's the hardest part of the day, and you know how it gets really hot, your balls drop because it's really fucking hot.
And so, yes, every man becomes weak at 3 o'clock.
From 12 to 3, every man's is weakest because his balls are hanging the lowest. Unless it's cold, then
and that's when you get like the shittiest football games. Right?
You see that dude sitting on the heater. Yeah, he's heating up his balls. That's the source of all men's power.
Trying to go sterile.
Yeah.
But no, and he's got this big bronze like statue of a guy, and it's like his arms are up and his legs are wide, in a stance, and his hands are almost like clawed out. But then he slaps it, and then all these ball bearings,
they come down.
Yeah, and it's like these little little runnels that run all crazy all through the body and stuff, and he tries to sit there and grab them and just and then some of them have like certain symbols on them and stuff. So he does it to where he tries to grab the right balls with the symbols in the right places on the body kind of stuff, and then he just kind of pulls them off, throws them down.
Which, if we have any Kung Fu like practitioners, if I don't know, in a couple of years, if y'all ever listen to this, let us know what that meant, because we have no idea what it is since we're Guaylo,
But yeah, no, he finally goes back to go fight Pai Mei, and he just kills the shit out of him and stuff. And
well, no, the dude doesn't. Pai Mei doesn't die.
No. Yeah, Pai Mei kills him, and then the son, the son's like, what the fuck kind of shit. And so since his father never taught him tiger style, he ends up finding, his mom's been training him the entire time, and it's like, his mom, like his dad would be like, come out of nowhere, and then he'd try to kick his dad's ass and shit, and it's like, they would spar all the time, and he would try to learn tiger style while like, fighting, watching his dad and stuff, and his dad's dead.
For some reason, his dad's not having it. But honestly, like, I was talking to me and Nate, like if you had a wife, like, sure, granted, your master's killed, and he kicked the shit out of you initially, and you're not good enough to kill Pai Mei, and you have a really hot wife. Just, I don't know. For me, I would have just kind of brushed it under the table. Well, that shit's not going to happen. I might as well keep,
it's my son's job because
knocking up my hot Chinese wife. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That's because can she practice kung fu? That thing's got to be fucking like a man's fist. That's just got to be fucking.
It undulates.
It just.
You want to talk about the control?
Yeah, control.
Control from hell.
Like that's.
Don't piss her off, man, because she might grab you and not let go, kind of like a dog. Yeah.
And just like
how dogs get stuck together,
like a Dutch tug of war. That shit's never gonna fucking.
It is the true Chinese finger,
Chinese finger trap.
No, it's the Chinese wiener trap.
Yeah, but of course, I was thinking, well, that guy's stupid, because honestly, like, I would try to move on. Like, I guess, granted.
But he should have learned crane style, man. Mix it up.
His wife was like, "You need to learn." Yeah. No, I'm not gonna learn crane style.
But like his son ends up like going to his dad's chest, and he ends up finding like his
manuscript.
Yeah, his manuscript, but like half of it's eaten by rats.
Yeah.
So he's trying to like figure it out as much as he can, and he starts like training like his dad trained and everything, and then of course he goes and challenges Pai Mei, and he whoops his ass. Of course it's okay. He doesn't truly whoop his ass. It's a fucking brawl.
Yeah, and this movie
and he loses almost the time. Doesn't he lose the first time and then he comes back?
No, I think he wins the first time.
Just the only battle?
Just the dad. But the thing is, this is like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Think about that. We just saw the thing about the dad, falling in love with his wife. having a child, training for 10 years, fighting Pai Mei, losing, going back and fighting Pai Mei, dying, his son taking up his mantle, his son doing a montage of more Chinese fighting. They did all that, and at the very end, he's fighting Pai Mei. And
and it's like a badass fucking battle because he's like crawling all over him and stuff, and he's like trying to get a headway, and like Pai Mei's just all
and he finds like
nothing.
Pai Mei's like a weak spot on the top of his head, and he claws out his eyes, and Pai Mei's
don't forget about Pai Mei. It's like you try to kick him in the nuts, and then his nuts would grab your foot, and they drag you across the fucking floor. And
that was the main his shtick. You'd kick him in his balls, and apparently with his chi, he'd grab your foot, pull you across the floor. For some reason,
with his junk.
Like,
not with his legs clenched, just like totally, fucking fighting stance, and junk grabs a hold of your shit like a fucking elephant's trunk.
Yeah, like flypaper, just fucking, oh my god. And then he would destroy your knees and then kill you.
And the thing is, when you see it in the very beginning of the movie, it's
you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, what?
How fucking badass do you have to be to pull that shit off?
Yeah, like, how do you pull a full, like, I'm guessing a Chinese guy's, maybe 100, like, an old Chinese dude is probably, like, maybe 130, 140 pounds? Yeah. And he pulls a dude, like, 12 feet across the floor, then he killed you. We just saw all that.
Well, shit, man, and, like, how is his junk, man? And was it look like a gnarled turnip or
just
something?
Like he's stuck in a hornet's nest.
Yeah,
it's
like, what the fuck?
Is that like a strawberry? What the fuck?
A grapefruit out of control?
I don't know. So we see all of that. The kid,
that entire movie,
claws out his eyes. Pai Mei like falls down the stairs, and then after it just stops.
Yeah, because he's in like the in mid fall.
Yeah,
so he's just coming off the stairs.
And every single Chinese kung fu movie we've seen, everybody dies really elaborately. They're like, and then they have death throes, and then they do like a flip and a curl, and then they just die. And
it's like 5 minutes of death.
Yeah, 5 minutes of death. And
awesome.
So that's what we're expecting. All of a sudden, it stops, like Pai Mei jumping in the air, and it's all like,
and shortly thereafter, Pai Mei was defeated by a mixture of tiger and crane style.
It's like Tex. Why even bother having a fucking movie?
And that's literally the end of the movie.
Literally just stops.
What the
right
fuck?
There.
So Bob and I joke around. It's like, went to the grocery store.
Went to the grocery store, and this motherfucker, like, he's trying to write stuff with a check, and he doesn't have any change, and the manager came out, and then finally he was defeated with a combination of Chinese, tiger, and crane kung fu. All right, man.
That's fucking nuts. It's so ridiculous. But no, if you get a chance, watch it.
That was
you have to appreciate the ridiculousness
of the Shaolin 1970.
Yeah, because Bob told me about it and he showed me the ending. But then after watching the whole movie, I was like, "What the fuck? Really? Holy fuck!"
You couldn't edit out the rest of that movie for 5 minutes of a proper death scene. You schmuck.
Shit, just go 5 more minutes. Fuck,
5 more minutes.
Man.
We already sat here 2 hours already. So anyway, we gotta wrap this up. This is the Blunderbuss Special Edition, Half Cocked After Hours. My name is Bob.
Nate.
My name is and thank you for listening. Like us, love us on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the fuck it is. And thank you very much, and y'all have a good night.
Y'all take it easy.
This fucking shit.